Schneider, please.
Shalom. My name is Schneider. I want to talk about being sure, convinced. The pasuk says, we say it in Aleinu, Yedat Hayom, Vashivaita Elevavecha, Keshem Elokim. So we have to have the da'at, and that's not enough, because Vashivaita Elevavecha, according to the Kabbalah, the Lev is Bina. So you have to have da'at and Bina together. Hashem Elokim. Why is that not enough? Maybe because that is different than all the other spheres. All the spheres, they go Kesef Shebekesef, Chochmah Shebekesef, Bina Shebekesef. In other words, it says you can split all of them into 10 parts and so on. But that, there's no Kesef Shebedas. It goes that there's Chamisha Chasadim, Chesed Gevurot Veres Netzachod, and Chamesh Gevuros, Chesed Gevurot Veres Netzachod, has to do with the five fingers of the right hand that are Chasadim, and the five fingers of the left hand that are Gevuros. In other words, it's the balance. First of all, it has to do a lot with the midos, right? The five midos, Chesed, Gevurot, Veres, etc. And also, it's a delicate balance. So it seems that the das is not enough. The person has das, which is already a big madrega, but he can become confused. Whereas if it's, that's what has to be Vashivaita Elevavecha, you have to come to Bina. So then already, that's absolute certainty. Okay, halavai, it's not so simple. It's not such a simple recipe how to come to that and how to come to Bina. Halavai. It's all the bechinas. We should have some level of this halavai. But there's a problem that the more the person is convinced, the more he's arguing with the other people. And it could be that's why Messiah can't come, because Jewish people, we can't get together. Everybody has their own opinion, who's Messiah and what Messiah is supposed to do and what Messiah is supposed to be. This is a problem, and I think Rebbe talks about it. Rebbe Nachman in Sefer Kutuman Simin Simin Ein Hey, he talks about the Midas Nitzachim. That Midas Nitzachim causes all the milchamot and the machloket. And we know Midas Nitzachim is Netach, which is the right foot, right? The spheres are divided in the parts of the body. Chesed is the right hand, the Gevurah is the left hand, the torso is the first, the right foot is Netzach, the left foot is Hod, etc. So usually it says that the problem of the Golus is the left foot Hod. Right? Hodi Nepach, Hod becomes Daveh. That's the usual, but it could be that with the Taivus. In other words, that in the Golus is we're falling away from the Kedusha Hashem Rachem. So that's the problem of the Hod. But the Rebbe is saying in Siman Ein Hey, the problem is in the Netzach. So we know Netzach is the seventh sphere, counting from Keser and Zion, Klei Zion. And so it has to do with war. It's like the Pnimius reason why it's called Klei Zion, because it has to do with Nitzachim. And we know Nachman is Gematria Netzach, Levistin is Netzach. In any case, Rebbe talks in that Siman Ein Hey, he talks about the Mashiach, V'amdu Raglav al Ha'adesim, right? So that we have to attack, in other words, both the Hod and the Netzach, the 2 feet, in order for there to be Mashiach. And what we're talking about now, that in order to end the machlokes, who is Mashiach, we have to be metaken the Midas and Netzach, that people should be able to agree. come to an agreement. And the Rebbe explained it in a mystical way. It's quite hard to understand in Siman Ayin Hey, that through the words of Torah and Tefillah, we make this tikkun, that we end the machlokes. So, and because this is connected with what the Rebbe says in the 7 days, that the Mashiach, he'll be korbish kol ha-melchamos, he won't need physical weapons. He uses the term kli zayin, which again is netzach. He says to tefillah. So it seems these two simanim are connected, Siman Beis and Siman Ayin Hey, what do you call it, through the tefillah, we're able to misakin the netzach, the midas of netzach, and then people are able to agree, and also this is connected to Siman Kuf Kuf Hey, that the Rebbe brings Netzach Yisrael lo yishaker, which is said by David HaMelech. Shmuel HaNavi says, to show that the next guy is going to be Netzach Yisrael lo yishaker, David. And the Rebbe in Siman Ayin Hey says that it has to do with David, it has to do with Moshe and with David. And in Siman Beis, the Rebbe talks about Moshe. He doesn't talk about David, but like it all flows together. Siman Beis, Siman Ayin Hey, and Siman Kuf Kuf Hey. It's both Moshe and David. And we say the tikkun, the world thing goes, and hey, amen, amen, amen.
Amen, amen. Thank you, Rabbi Schneider. Just to mention, the Rebbe here in Breslover Hasidim, the big Aliyah is Netzach, the fourth Aliyah. Is this true?
Nachman, Netzach. But again, we have to stop fighting. You have to stop fighting. The rest of the Hasidim have to stop fighting. And the whole Jewish people. The problem we're talking about over here is among Orthodox Jews. People who do believe. That's because they believe. That's because they're so convinced. Their convictions don't let Mashiach come. They're too convinced. You have to overcome. You have to explain to them. You have to overcome the midas and the tzachim.
Okay. Thank you, Rabbi Schneider.